Hey folks, it is Friday, August 21st. I wanted to do a quick video for Shane Spicer. Welcome to the group, man. He did bring up the Captiva Verde Land, which is a parent company which has a subsidiary called Solargram in Renault, New Brunswick. And they've got over 1 million square foot facility there, and they were just awarded their Health Canada license for cultivation and production. So always cool to see more development in the space. And this is one that will add to the watch list. So I did make a thread in the community here. So you can see I posted in the Cannabis Stocks channel, and you'll see that I did post a couple of things here. So first and foremost, I want to highlight that the average volume on a per daily basis is only 174,000. So if you times that by the share price, you're looking at about $60,000 traded per day, which is not that much. So if you're investing, if you're going to put $5,000 or $10,000 into this name, then you can easily move the share price. If it's only trading $60,000 per day and you put in 10, well, that's a sixth of the share volume that you're seeing, and you're going to fluctuate that price quite a bit, right? So if you're selling or if you're buying, if you buy, you're going to jack the share price up, and if you sell, you're going to knock it down, vice versa, right? So it can be hard to get in and out of these names. So day trading is certainly off the table here. If you're going to look to swing trade, it seems to be forming a nice base of support. I'll get into some analysis in just a second, but you can see here we had a 52-week high of 75 and a low of 14.5. Their market cap's 29 million, and this is the parent company, which is a real estate company investing in that subsidiary Solargram. So to keep that in mind as well. And generally, when we see new companies like that, they generally tend to peak investor interest by issuing shares and offering them at the market or below market price, and that can hurt the share price in the long term. So taking a look at the chart. So the chart on the monthly chart, you can see we're in an uptrend. So I'll just draw. So in order to be in an uptrend, you need to have a higher low followed by a higher high. So you can see on this chart here, we have a low of 12 cents, which was back a year ago. We had the high at 52, and then we consolidated on the monthly, and we bottomed out around the 15.5 level. And there is a nice base of support at the 15.5 level, which I'll show in just a second. But you'll know that we're in a monthly uptrend because we bounced on the monthly. We formed a lower high, a higher low here, and then a higher high, which means that we're in a monthly uptrend. So that is a good sign. That means that the people who are long the stock, people who think the stock is going to do well, are in full control. So the bulls are the people who think it's going to go up, and bears are the people who think the stock is going to go down. So if you're long the stock, you're expecting it to go up. If you're short the stock, you're betting against it essentially, and you're expecting it to go down. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we had a higher low and a higher high. So we were in a weekly uptrend, but then we had a lower high here at 64 compared to 75. And then we broke the low of the previous weekly higher low at 41 cents here. So because we had a lower high and a lower low, that means we're in a weekly downtrend. So we're starting to see some momentum shift, and the cannabis space as a whole right now, especially in Canada, is not really getting any love. So just keep that in mind, that we could be a little while before we see some hype and euphoria back in the space again. The daily trend is also in a downtrend. You can see here we had a lower high and a lower low, and now we're just looking to potentially set a double bottom here at 35 cents. And I would be careful on any entries on this name right now, because we don't have any daily support down here until the 22-cent level. So let's say if you were to take a position today and you know, just basically throw a dart and say YOLO, this thing could easily drop 37% before we could find any support. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that if you are looking to take a position, that you trim your position size, maybe use a low dollar amount to adjust for the risk. Taking a look at the hourly chart, so you can see here we're just in an hourly downtrend. So I would say the momentum is definitely with the bears. It looks like they have control of the chart in the short term. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit more move to the downside. And this could be a potential sell the news event, right? So typically when we see companies get awarded licenses for production or cultivation, usually it can be a sell the news event, right? Because there's a lot of people who got in before. Maybe they got in a private placement. Maybe they bought in the 5-cent range, 10-cent range. And whenever stocks run 500, 200, 1,000%, well, then it's time for people to start taking profits, right? So I don't think the sell pressure is over yet. Hopefully that gives you guys some insight and a little bit of background on that ticker. If you guys have any questions or any other companies or tickers that you're looking for some analysis on, just let me know and I will post it here ASAP. Have a great day, guys.